Today I'm going to show you some simple seated leg stretches that you can do to prep your legs if you're going to go to the gym to work out, or if you're going to do a walk or a hike or a cycle, something like that. Little simple exercises that you can do that are going to help to stretch and mobilize and lengthen the legs before you exercise, or conversely after you've exercised. So first thing we're going to do is stretch our legs out, and we're just going to point and flex the toes. So pointing and flexing and then circling from the ankles themselves. So just mobilizing into those ankle joints, and then shake loose into the legs. Let that shake travel all the way up into the hips there. Now we're going to bring the soles of the feet together, and we're just going to flap the knees so that we start to wake up into the groin and the external hips. So just flapping them, keeping the spine nice and tall. And then we're going to walk the feet a little bit wider than the chair, and we're going to let the knees fall in. So just moving the hips within their sockets. And these are good things to get used to doing. Just if you're sitting at any point during your day, just mobilizing like this is a really good way to prevent stagnation. Now we're going to walk the feet in together, and we'll let them fall out. And you can notice if one side is different than the other, or if you tend towards finding it easier to go in or out. And then come all the way back into the center. Okay, we're going to bring our hands to prayer. We're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to come up onto the tiptoes of the right foot, and we're going to step that foot out and then back in again. So external rotation and back in. Abduction. Still sitting up nice and tall all the time. We'll do 5 of these. From there, we're going to let the knee fall to the side, and now we're going to lift the leg. So we've got this internal leg lift. 3, 4, 5. I'm going to bring it back to the center, and I'm going to extend it straight from the knee, and then flex the ankle and bring it back down. It's not touching the ground. Point the toes straight, flexing, bringing it back. Point the toes straight, flexing, bring it back. Point the toes straight, flexing, bring it back. One more time. And then release. Okay, let's go to the other side. So stepping out and stepping in, out and in, out and in. 4, 5. Now we're going to turn it out and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it back to the center, extend to straight, flex and bring it in. Extend and flex. You have to use your core muscles a little bit here to sit up nice and tall. Pointing and flexing and pointing and flexing, and release, and we'll just windscreen wipe those legs side to side there. Okay, so from here we're going to straighten the bottom leg out and take the ankle across the front of the other ankle and just pulse that knee. So we're just opening into that groin and into the outer hip again. And then we're going to slide that ankle up just underneath the knee and do the same thing again. And then either staying there, or you might be able to take it above the knee. And if this feels tight, you're going to stay there. Otherwise, you can bend the bottom leg, and you'll now have the ankle flexed across here. If not, you can stay at the lower one and just do exactly what we're doing, but in that lower position. From here, we're going to reach up overhead, and we're going to exhale and stretch forwards until we feel that stretch in the side of the hip, and then we'll bring our hands down onto the leg or onto the bottom leg. You might drape yourself all the way forwards. We're just allowing for that deep release in that right knee. Takes about 13 to 15 seconds for those muscles to loosen themselves out, so we stay here for a couple of breaths. And then we press into the foot, roll all the way back up again. I'm going to say at this one, so stretch it out across the ankles, little pulses. Ankle is above the ankle. Then we're going to bring it just below the knee and take those pulses. And then just above the knee and take those pulses. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 1 either leaving it there or bending that knee in, coming to halfway. Press down and rise up, inhale. Exhale, hinge, bring your hands down, either staying here or hanging out forwards, and we'll take 4 breaths here. Underside of that left knee, just releasing. And then rolling all the way back up. And once again, windscreen wipering the legs. And then from here, we'll take the legs out to straight. So we want the legs nice and straight, soles of the feet on the floor. Inhale up, hinge forwards from the waist, drop your hands to where they land on the legs. Scoop your chest forwards with a flat back, and then hinge forwards to where you feel those hamstrings stretch. And then we'll breathe here. So you're just using your body weight to stretch out the back of the hamstrings there. And then rolling back up, and then we'll take them to wide, and the same thing again. Inhale high, exhale, hinge forwards, hands come down, looking down, and then feeling that stretch in a slightly different place. Big full breaths. And then walking the hands all the way back up again, walk the feet slowly in, come up onto the toes, and just circle out here. Circling in one direction, and then back in the other. And then just pulsing up and down on the spot like you're running on the spot, running on the tips of the toes. And then banging the heels down a couple of times, getting into the joints. And then we'll finish off by straightening the legs out and loosening them just like we did in the beginning, letting the ankles be loose, the knees, the hips, and the whole of the legs just loosening out there. And you should find that now those legs have really opened in all directions, front and back, sides, through the hips, through the knees and the ankles, and they're ready to do whatever it is you're going to do with your day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.